Good evening, and welcome to Kim Aston's Disclosure Podcast. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. You're in for a real treat. Sometimes the lines between reality and imagination become blurred. When someone says they have a visitor from another planet interacting with them on a regular basis, we believe it is a hoax, or the result of mental illness, or there's got to be some explanation. But when it comes to the following events we're going to talk about here happening to Eugene D'Alessio and his wife Julie, I have to admit those were some of my first and foremost thoughts. I even explored the idea that maybe this person has a split personality and they don't know that they're the ones that are doing strange things around the house. I thought it might be somebody perpetuating a hoax on him. I explored a lot of different ideas about what could be happening, including that maybe his wife may be behind it. I don't know them. Just when I thought I needed to find a nice way to tell Eugene that I didn't feel comfortable doing a podcast based on a hoax, I received a phone call from a private investigator named Steve Bellavigna. He was hired to look into this remarkable phenomenon. Prompted by Eugene, Steve called to let me know that the results of his investigation were that the alien being visiting Eugene and his wife was real and not a hoax. He has found both Eugene and his wife to be in perfect mental health, and he believes what is happening is true. Not long after that phone call, I received another call from one of Eugene's friends named Ed Campbell. He himself had witnessed something extraordinary regarding this being, which we will also be discussing in further episodes of Astro, Eugene's friend from Mars. So, for now, don't you think we should bring Eugene on so you guys can make your own decision? I think we should. Hi, Eugene.
How you doing, Kim?
I'm doing good. Viewers, I'd like you to meet an extraordinary person. This is Eugene D'Alessio, and he is having extraordinary experiences with an alien being from Mars. So Eugene, just let's start by you telling us a little bit about yourself. You're not crazy, and you're actually a very interesting person outside of even this whole alien phenomenon. Please tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I've always been a believer. I know there's something else out there, and I was fortunate enough to, come upon Astro. He just happened to show up decorating my fig tree, and it's escalated from there. And I'm in sound mind and body, so it's nothing that I'm imagining. It's actually happening.
You're also a champion handball player, right?
Oh, that's my passion. I'm a 1-wall, 3-wall, and 4-wall national handball champion. And my friends are very athletic too.
Nice. So this is both you and your wife. Julie is going through this. This is Eugene and his wife, Julie. They're both going through this together. And they have actually a relationship with this being in which Julie hears the sound. She's like the go-between between Astro and Eugene. She hears the sound when Astro arrives. And I'm sure everybody's wondering how Astro has the name Astro. So we're going to go into that too. There's a lot of things that we need to clear the air about before we can even proceed. So Eugene, go ahead and explain to us a little bit. First of all, let's talk about the UFO that you saw over your home in 2018.
I'm usually out there after thunderstorms or during them with the lasers. I belong to the CE5 movement. I really can't bring them down mentally because I'm not that mental. But I play with the lasers outside, hoping to catch something in the clouds, talking to it, see if they would come down. And in 2018, after a thunderstorm with the clouds breaking up, the lightning struck, and I saw an image of the UFO in coming out of the clouds, and I couldn't believe it. I started screaming at the top of my lungs for Julie to get up because it was late at night. And the neighbors thought I was having a fight with it. The next day, they all told us what happened, and I explained to them that I saw the craft up in the sky, and I hit it with my laser and asked it to come down. While I was there with the laser, it took off north where it was open, and it stopped. And then I asked it to come back and hit it with the laser again, and it came back in an instant,
Wow.
right over my bill, right over the backyard. Had to be 500-600 feet from the air. And I asked it to come down, and then it just took off. Never thought about it again. I reported it to MUFON, and I moved on.
Well, you do have some video footage of another UFO that you caught. We'll go ahead and show that footage. Let's see if we can rewind it a little bit. So that's pretty interesting in itself. So that's kind of what it looked like, yeah?
That's what it looked like, and people reported seeing it on that day. I didn't think anything of it. The ring camera that I leave outside for Astro and his fig tree just happened to catch it. I didn't even notice it. I thought it was the moon too, but it's definitely not the moon.
So the reason that we're mentioning this is we believe there's a connection, right? That maybe this being who has come to be known as Astro has started or had started visiting you from even back in 2018 and maybe even further. Would you like to elaborate on that?
After decorating my fig tree, I took it apart because I had no idea what happened to it, and I brought the ring camera, one of them from around the house, into the back, and it happened all over again. And the battery in my ring camera was missing.
That is amazing. But you say that after a while, when you started to communicate with this being, that he had also indicated that he had been actually visiting you long before you knew.
That was later on. In the beginning, it was just comical. He would take the ring battery out of the cameras and leave them around the property with glue all over them and little gifts. Just
right? But the
pride
first thing,
buttons, little Victrola, a little dog,
but
another
the first thing you
record.
noticed, the first thing you noticed was the fig tree being made like into a crop circle, right?
He made it into a heart. After the first time, he did it again, and he turned it into a heart, and then started weaving the branches on both sides of the tree.
Right.
And I winded up leaving it like that, and it grew into the fig tree just like that. And that's the way it looks today with figs on it.
So that was your first indication that something strange was going on. And next were the ring cameras being dismantled, the actual batteries being removed, and he would distort the cameras, he or she, the being, I don't know the pronouns here for this being, but they would distort the camera so that you couldn't see who was removing the battery, right? Something like
Whatever
that.
technology this thing has, he was able to disarm the rings, take the batteries out, leave the batteries somewhere on the property, front, back, side, wherever he chose to leave them. And it was the next day. It was immediate, depending on when he whatever he did. When he did it, it changed every day, and it was continuous, battery after battery. I had to buy 5 more ring batteries because the goo got into the metal thing to charge them, and it started ruining the batteries. And I complained to him after I found out who he was, and he named himself Astro in my fig tree on some kind of a piece of cardboard that he got from the side of the house in my screen enclosure. That's his thing. He was ripping cardboard out of the Amazon boxes that we saved and putting his notes on them. And he said his name was Astro, and I asked him, could he stop using the goo on the batteries? So he stole my glue gun, and he started gluing things to the batteries.
So
And
let's update. Let's update the viewers. There's an ongoing relationship between Eugene Astro and his wife, in which Astro leaves gifts, phenomenal gifts. I mean, since I've known Eugene, the most impressive gift that I can recall is the time that he sent a a package of what, 12
25, 25.
25 cupcakes. Eugene sent a picture of me to me of these, and they were intricately decorated. Each cupcake was just, it was like from a gourmet pastry shop. And it's like, where were these things? Where do they come from? He brings you all kinds of things. Just give some examples of what he brings.
I, do you have the video of that?
I don't have that one, but I can show videos of other things. Well, before we jump into that, we already talked about the fig tree. Let's do a little video on that.
It moves the branch and distorts the camera. All on its own.
And the fire hydrant.
Oh, the fire hydrant, he leads in the tree.
Unbelievable. That's what it did on the camera.
So we can play it one more time.
It moves the branch and distorts the camera. All on its own. Unbelievable. That's what it did on the camera.
So what you had to do was actually film the Ring camera on your wife's phone, because this entity seems to dismantle any electronics that he does not want accessible regarding his being caught, right?
It's ridiculous. He doesn't allow the Ring system to download what he did on the Ring. So I got to watch it and then have recorded from her phone just to capture it, because I can't upload it. It wouldn't allow me to upload it. And then when he gets real creative, he just wipes it clean, and it's never on the battery. I mean, it's never on the Ring camera.
Amazing. Here's some of the pictures of the fig tree disfiguration, or I should say art.
Oh, it's art.
Yeah. So the top two pictures are of the same branch, showing you how it's been bent. And the bottom two pictures are of two different parts of this fig tree. They're clearly bent. I highlighted them so that you could see what we're talking about. Otherwise, it's kind of difficult to see. So you started noticing these things happening in your backyard. And you then, what was the first gift that you received? Do you remember?
The first gift?
Yeah.
All I know is everything was covered in goo, and there's 20 or 30 things that he left.
Okay,
everything from around the house that he could find, he put on the battery.
And didn't you have a reaction from this goo and you called the police?
Yeah, one of them, because all my friends were worried about, I don't know, their demons. Everybody was worried about demons, and I knew it was Astro, and he's benevolent and friendly and loving.
But this was in the beginning, before you even knew he had a name, right? And
that was before, yeah, with the goo. And what I winded up doing was, because he was doing it so often, I called Tampa PD, and they sent 2 patrolmen out to take my report. And one of the cops came in the house. Both of them thought I was nuts in the beginning. And then I showed them everything that was on my table in the living room. In the dining room area, I had everything laid out that this thing left me.
Well,
for like 4 weeks.
And it looks like you've got a 2-year-old living in your backyard. A 2-year-old that is mischievous, artistic, funny, sarcastic, mystical, and an alien. Let's show some of these gifts. Yeah, because he's just, these gifts are exactly what I just described. You'll see.
Here, Peter. This is almost 8 weeks now of correspondence with them. They even know we're going to Aruba on vacation, and they can't spell. And we're leaving Saturday. I asked them if there's a God. They said up and down, and yes. They took my wrist game from the office, and I asked them when they're returning it. Soon. And then they said 3 to 5 weeks. Here, is Trump going to be assassinated? Yes. Is there going to be World War III? Yes.
I hate that place.
Can't fight with my wife. If I do, they say, you know, nice. Here's a good one. What gift would you like us to leave you? Just be nice. Me love you. Here, this just came today. Why did Astro pick me to contact? Because he loves me. I left this yesterday. Astro, can you cure my sciatica? I know you have special powers. He wrote back, he wished me could, but he still loves me. Do you think I'm insane, Peter? Because this has been going on for like 2 months now in my house. They take the ring battery and they leave something when they replace it. And we do it over and over and over again.
Now, this is 8 weeks in having this phenomena. And
I didn't know his name yet.
I have to recant something I said. I said it's like a 2-year-old. I'd say it's more like 5 because the art is pretty advanced, but yet, you know, and the way he writes is, you know, it's like about a 5-year-old. But he chooses to, you would think that they would have the knowledge to, you know, we always think they're just all powerful, you know, that they could speak the language perfectly if they wanted to. But for some reason, he's chosen to say me instead of I all the time. And his English is broken, except later on in the video, when you're actually speaking with him or having a conversation, you don't understand. We can't understand him at all. I mean, maybe a few, like sometimes I think, oh, what was that word? Did I recognize that word? But for the most part, you can't understand it. But he can write in very, you know, 5-year-old writing. And so he's leaving these notes for Eugene and his wife. So explain about the noise with your wife, Julie. Do give us a little background on that.
Well, the original noise originated in the beginning with the tree. That was right from the beginning. She heard a noise because he pushed the gate the wrong way. Instead of going in the yard or pulling the gate out, he pushed it in, and he made the bang sound from it crossing the place where you connected and shut it. And she hears that all the time, no matter what's going on. She says the noise completely stops around her. She doesn't hear anything but that sound of him making a noise coming in.
So she's
and that's
the
every
conduit.
time.
So she's the conduit, basically, between, he uses her to let you know that he's around. Basically, that's how he ensures that both of you are aware. He says, well, I'll tell her with the noise and she'll tell him. And he's got a kind of a funny relationship with the both of you because sometimes you fight. Tell us what happens when you fight, how he reacts.
I never fight, Kim. I only argue with her.
We all fight.
And I said,
It's just how do you
Astro,
fight? Do you fight fair?
Astro, it's not fighting, Astro. It's arguing. You're not married. If you were, you would understand. I can't raise my voice. I got to use the right choice of words now. He's making me patient. Actually, the 2 women next to us on both sides, you're a better man now since Astro's in your life.
Right? And so he gets mad at you when you yell at her and set her up to do, like you had her go do, or you asked her to do something with, I don't know what I'm probably revealing secrets I shouldn't say.
I asked her to help me clean the solar panels on the roof, and all she had to do was hose down the panels so I could wash them. And she didn't do that. And I was screaming at her because it's 90 degrees. I'm soaking wet. It's a 612 pitch roof, and I'm dying up there. And at the top of my lungs, I was yelling at her, and Astro said, I need to use a better choice of words.
Do you actually have that? Do you actually have that note?
Actually, I have it on a video that he wrote.
Okay.
We could show that his answer.
We have a lot of episodes to cover all these notes. You have about how many notes from him?
Probably around 500 notes and 650 videos.
Okay. Now this is ongoing. So whenever something new happens during the week, we're going to cover the latest, as well as the build up to all this. We're going to have future podcasts. Ideally, we're going to have future podcasts in which we cover all of this that has happened, and then we're going to give you the update on what is happening now. So you'll want to stay tuned for that. So let's move on to show. Well, first of all, let me back up here a little bit. You had asked Astro what he looked like, right?
I did.
Several times, more than once, I think, right?
Too many times.
Finally, he gave up the goods and he showed you what he looked like. Do you want to set us up for this next video?
He actually didn't show me what he looked like. I caught him. I figured it this way. If he's taking the ring battery out, I got some time if I use 3 of them together. So I put 2 on the table and 1 facing the 2, and I caught him for maybe a second and a half. And what I captured, I printed on my printer, put it out on the table, and asked them to sign it. And I'm pretty sure that's when I got his name, because he wrote Astro, me handsome.
Is that not the craziest thing? Do you just
have that video, don't you?
I mean, come on, folks. There is either somebody that is really, really good at perpetuating a long-term hoax. This has been going on for 9 months now, right?
10
months now. And, you know, people say, oh, well, it's his wife doing that. She's right beside Eugene when all this stuff is disappearing and happening on the ring, as well as the private investigator saw stuff happen when his wife was right next to him. And the friend, actually, that's going to be a crazy podcast when we talk about what happened, but we won't reveal that right away. But these other people are witnessing these things. So it's not just Eugene that is like half baked. He's all there, and so are all the other people that are seeing all of this. So Eugene wanted to do something fun, but set us up for this video. I'm going to play the video about or shall I just play it? You want me to just play it? I'll play it.
Hey, George, that's what I caught on the video. This is what he signed. And these are his buddies. As soon as I see him on TV, I take a picture of him and leave them on the table for him to answer. And he knows them. That's his 4th cousin. I can't make this shit up, buddy. This is for real at my house. And I got 2 boxes of proof. And a lot of selfies of Astro and what he looks like and what he could be and who he is. He says he could be anything or anyone he wants to be. And trust me, he could do it.
God.
I gotta scroll up. I'm telling you, it's just mind-blowing what's going on. And, you know, there's definitely something going on, and we've got to get to the bottom of it. But I have to say, his art is pretty cool, you know, for an alien. So anyway, so you ended up you got an image of Astro, and you actually got a tattoo of him on you.
I did.
That is so cool. That's really awesome.
And
Those
all
are
the
those are racquetball arms right there.
handball, honey, racquetballs
Oh,
for the girls.
oh, oh, oh. Sorry. Sorry.
Racquetballs for the girls.
Okay. Go figure. So here we are. You've got something happening with a being that you believe is not from Earth. How did you find out that he was from Mars? Tell us about it.
He actually, we asked him, and he wrote it in a note. He's a non-binary, interdimensional being from Mars, and he lives in the planet. And he wants to know why we live outside the planet. I got so many questions and answers from Astro. It's incredible. It really is. I'm on a journey. I'm
Well,
close to the.
we're gonna open up the chat and let people ask their own questions. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm just so excited.
No problem.
Well, I don't know if anybody will be in the chat today. This is our first episode. Let's just see.
My friends might write in. Billy, you writing in,
There's some
Billy?
people in the chat.
Yeah?
Okay.
Hey,
Hi,
Billy.
guys. Madra. Yes. Michael. All you guys. Yay. That's awesome. So if you have any questions that you want to ask Astro, we also have an email, right? We have an
We
email.
do.
Let's see if we can't get that coming across the bottom. There we go. It was there. Oh, no, here it is. There we go. I'm still learning my way around this software here. So if anybody's interested, you can email astroasterisk@gmail.com and have an ongoing relationship with Eugene in which he can be the relay between you and your questions and Astro, because he's answered some pretty wild and crazy questions. Some of them you said he just says you wouldn't understand. But some of them are pretty cool, right?
The best one, Billy, you're watching this, right? My buddy Billy Fish, the mechanical engineer
Was
from
he in
St.
the
Louis.
chat? Is he in the
Is
chat?
he in there? Yeah, I think he is. He's texting me now.
We need the notes, but his name, there's no Billy. What's his handle?
I have no idea.
We got something with a B, but I don't know all you beautiful people in the chat. I just thank you for being here. My first original username. So
we're going to show them so much stuff from Astro, their head's going to spin.
I mean, we'll just leave the chat up. I don't know if you all can see it, but I like being able to see the chat. So yeah, so we got the chat here. You can ask your questions. We've got a Gmail account. You can, communicate with Astro and ask your questions, and it'll be fun for everybody in the show to see what he answers.
Can I say something, Kim?
Of course, yes.
My buddy Billy's a mechanical engineer from St. Louis. He thinks I'm insane. So here's what he said. This is how let's see. He's bringing you donuts. Don't ask for a donut anymore. Tell him you want an eggplant. Tell Astro to bring you an eggplant. So I write the note, Astro, can you bring me an eggplant? And Astro answered it. What's an eggplant? I said, it's a vegetable. My buddy Billy doesn't believe you're doing this with the donuts, so he wants something special. So Astro said, me bring you an eggplant, and the next note he brought and the stuff he left on the table was an egg and a plant. And I have that on video.
See, all this stuff you have so much material that we're going to go over in these podcasts. You guys are just going to be blown away. And so I don't want to forget to cover the fact that this is now a reciprocal relationship between you, Julie, and Astro, in which your neighbor gave you a bright idea. Do you want to elaborate on that?
My neighbor said, why don't you offer him a gift? And
Yourself.
I did. I laid out 2 shots of rum on the table and it said, let's do a shot together, Astro. And he did, but he did both of them. And he never showed up.
Both shots.
And he left his note again. Thanks. Me was thirsty. Yummy rum.
And then also I have to add that we were talking about the podcast. We were discussing, you and I, over the phone about the drinks and the, that whole scene. And then in real time, the next morning, Astro brought that up in a note. He said something like, I drank them both or something. Anyway, so it was kind of fun for me to get a little, he's even like, didn't he mention my name in one of the, this is just freaking cool. I'm like, I'm having as much fun as you are.
He's definitely knowing we're doing the podcast today.
Yeah. So while you're looking through that, I'll explain to the viewers that Astro is he's even brought medicine for Eugene that Eugene does not know where in the world he's getting these things. He's brought him lots of exotic, strange gifts. He does art. He calls them selfies. The art that he does, he writes in the note, me make selfie. And then he wanted Eugene to start making selfies. So Eugene started making little art selfies. But the thing that's kind of cool is Julie's getting in on this. She has baked chocolate chip cookies. What they do is they set them out at night. Would you like to explain a little further about that?
Astro for some reason, he likes chocolate chip cookies. So Julie made special ones instead of the ones in the bag.
So cute.
And he comes up with the crazy, yum-tastic. I forgot the words he uses. He uses crazy words because everything we leave him, he loves. Yummy rum. Me love lasagna. Me love lobster. I made him so many things. Cream brulee. Me love brulee. Me love chocolate mousse. Me no like pudding. He didn't like the pudding. He threw that away in the yard.
Right, because it's got preservatives and.
It was out in the sun too long.
Well, you even made lasagna once for him.
Once? How about 4 times already?
4 times. Okay. So Astro makes sure that you're asleep. He always does this when you're not around. He won't do anything when you're there, right?
Well, we're here. We just can't see him.
But you don't see the plate disappear. Like the private investigator saw something disappear, or do you? Have you seen things actually disappear?
Well, we put it on the table, I videotape it, and then it disappears. Okay. And everyone thinks I'm distorting the Ring camera. I'm moving it. It's IT. I don't even know how to use my iPhone. Everything he does that we catch on the Ring, he's doing. Okay. The Ring is in the room. There's rings all over the house. Whatever he does to the Ring, he does that and manipulates it himself.
So what made you hire the private investigator?
Steve? Because I couldn't explain it in the beginning. So, and then I got sick. I got sick on some of the goo he left that I had an allergic reaction to it. So I wanted somebody to figure it out.
What kind of sick? A rash or nausea?
I got a rash, yeah. I got a rash all over my body. Everything that he's done, I touched, and I had no problem doing it. When he left something for me to eat, I ate it. When he left the pills for my sciatic back, I took them. I didn't question whether they were going to hurt me or not. But this one type of goo was a green goo. It just got me. It rashed me up, and I got hives.
Okay. So he's very mischievous. He has a heart because he feels for you guys when you're arguing, and I'm just taking inventory here about this being. He has a heart. He does art. He is very smart. He does exchanges with you guys in terms of food and gifts. He's around all the time because you can hear him when he can hear, that he's heard you conversing because he'll leave a note that's relating to that conversation that you had. Tell us about Aruba.
You don't want to know about Aruba. He says, "Me see you on vacay." I said, "How we gonna know you're there? We're not bringing the ring cameras." He says, "You'll know." I got a video of him leaving my wrist game in the hotel on the second day in
Him
Aruba.
leaving it or taking it?
No, we brought it back. He had it for 3 months.
So he didn't take it back to the house or the homestead. He took it to Aruba.
So I knew he was in Aruba with me.
I'm tripping. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
So that's just amazing. So I would like to say, Astro, you're probably listening to this podcast. I'd like to tell you personally, welcome to Earth. He's probably like, I've been here longer than you, honey.
He's 100,000 years old.
Oh, that's right. 100,000 years old. And is that because you asked him his age that he told you, or he just
did. I asked him hundreds of questions. Ed Campbell asked him hundreds of questions. Everybody's asking questions. Everybody. Some of them he answers. He doesn't answer any of the technical stuff. You know, the intricate things that you really want to know, like what's going on in the world.
Well,
He's
you
not
told
gonna
me
answer
one
that.
that he did. I don't remember what it was, but see, we're going to cover all of this stuff in future episodes of Astro, Eugene's friend from Mars. So you're going to want to stick around because we're covering this as it's happening. So you definitely want to tune in. Let's do this. Let's get this out there. Let's investigate this and experience this with Eugene. And we're in about a few minutes. We're gonna actually show these videos of Eugene talking with Astro, and we have a little bit more time here before we do that. Did you want to tell us about anything else that we can?
I got a couple of the
in
notes
the first
here.
episode. Was that?
I got a couple of his notes here.
Okay.
Here's one. We can talk over a shot of rum. He said, "Thanks. Me was thirsty." Can you see that?
See the writing? It's like the writing of a 5-year-old.
That's what everyone says. I'm doing it. He says, "Me was here to talk at 2:30 in the morning, your time."
A little higher. So they say that you're doing it. He always leaves that little picture too, I noticed. See that little picture?
No one believes Astro's doing it. This is my handwriting.
In the middle.
Yeah, and that's Astro right there with his 3 spikes.
He always likes to draw that every time. Not every time, but most of the time when he leaves
That's
notes.
his signature. That's his signature right here. I asked him if he could help me with English, an English lesson, and I wrote the vowels.
Mhm.
A-E-I-O-U.
Yeah.
And he wrote them twice.
That's so cute. So you were having a hard time trying to get it out what was happening to you, because what do you say? After a while, you just kind of just started throwing it out there. Yeah, I got an alien in my backyard and he's giving me gifts, and people are going, right? So it was kind of, I felt like you needed to have this platform to be able to kind of give some clarity on what's happening and the timeline that it's happening and why it sounds like you're just out of this world crazy, but you're really not. You're a normal person experiencing something really extraordinary. Right now, let's see if anybody in the chat has any questions. Okay, so Michael wants to see the notes. We just showed a couple of them. Do you have any more notes, Michael?
I do.
Okay.
After the first conversation with him,
Mm-hmm.
I wrote him a note. I says, "Astro, can you transcribe the conversation, because I didn't understand it?" And he wrote, "Too much to write. You need to listen. Good."
Yes, which we noticed on the Ring camera, he was having trouble because you guys were, sometimes when 2 people talk at the same time, which I do that all the time, I interrupt we're talking at the same time. And then it's like, you know, you go, no, you go. So that's what we were laughing about because he was trying to get you to listen, which
That's
is,
it.
yeah, it's not an easy thing to do uh, all the time.
Tell
Now,
Michael I have 500 more notes.
you hear that, Michael? Oh, and so did B3 Astral said the same thing. Now Mudra says that she's like, send money, need shoes.
He did. I asked him for money for lobster. He sent me $1.
He did.
He did.
Mudra.
And he said, here's $1 for lobster.
You should say, me need more. You won't need
Everybody that I know asked him for money.
Yeah.
Or the lottery numbers. Or gold.
And Mudra also says, ask for curry. I like curry too. Yeah, it's good. Somebody up here at the top said, hi, Kim, my first original. I don't know who that is, but hi back. So this is great. We've got wonderful people in the chat. This is the beginning of a great, great time we're having. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I remember you telling about that kind of goes in this first episode, because we don't want to give up everything in the first episode. But your notes are terrific. Astro, you're awesome. We should probably move on now to the actual conversation that you had with him. Should we do that? You guys ready for that?
This is special.
Yeah, it's really neat. Do you want to set it up a little bit, what you're doing?
Actually, he usually leaves a note. Me talk tonight, but he's always there. Like if I'm there until 2:00 in the morning, he shows up at 3:30. I'm there at 3:30. He shows up at 5. We finally hooked up together, and they're going to be thrilled with this conversation because we were. It's incredible.
Yes, it really is. Here we go.
Astro.
He's talking on the ring, by the way.
You really want me to understand that? You sound like a bird chirping. That's what you sound like. No one's going to believe that's you. Astro. No one's going to believe that's you talking to me, buddy. You sound like a bird down in the yard. Yeah, right, exactly. That's chirping. You're chirping to me. Start saying something in English, even the way you write. You got something good to tell me today, buddy? You took both of my shots of rum last night. One of them was for me. You get one, and I get one. Yeah, go ahead, what? What? Yeah. You took both of them. 2. One for you, one for me. And we do a shot together. I don't get you. How do you know this thing? You know this guy? You said Yepper. What's his name? We got a name for him.
Go.
What was it? What was his name? Write it on the paper the next time.
He did. It's Juniper.
This is beautiful. It's a good start, Astro. When are we going to play a game of dominoes together instead of going back and forth, back and forth? You stay here, you move the little chip, and I move mine. I got to go inside and out to play dominoes. I don't get you at all. It's been 9 months now. 9. I know that's not a long time in the universe time, being that you're 100,000 years old, but it's a long time for me. What are you saying? I don't understand it. Can you speak up a little louder? Can you speak louder? You want to say something to Julie? Julie!
Okay. Wow.
That's where this listen came in.
You'd have to
You
be
need to
really
listen.
talented. You'd have to be really talented to make noises like that. This would have to have been a well planned out hoax, down to the disappearing gifts, to the tree being shaped, to never ever be seeing somebody in your backyard, to those noises, those sounds. What do you think of that?
Hey, Kim,
Yeah.
I put up that letter and he named it. He said, Yepper, he knows it. And he said the thing's name is Juniper.
Okay, these are releases from the government.
These are
Releases.
UAPs that they release on TV. Every time they do something, I take a picture of it off the TV, put it in my printer, I bring it out to the table, and I ask Astro, do you know this guy? He says, Yepper, but he didn't give the name the first time because he left it on the table. I left it there again, and on the other side, I says, name him, and he did. He says, me call him Juniper. That's his buddy there.
And that's an alien that was released on I'm behind the times. I don't watch the news.
Oh, you don't watch it. I follow it. Everything that the UAPs are being released from the government, as soon as I see it, I print them. Like the two you saw in the other video.
Well, it
The
makes me
chandelier
want to
video?
start taking these and putting them on the Cosmic Disclosure Alliance page every time they release one. Where have I been?
I don't know. I get them off the TV when the government releases it and they show it on TV.
So Astro is responding, saying that he knows of that being or something like that, right? And that he named it, he gave it a name, but he's interacting with you in that regard, and that's really cool. So what about I think I'm going to go ahead and you had a message that you wanted to relay to everyone. I'm going to go ahead and play that now, and then we'll play the second video of Astro speaking with Eugene.
Good evening, cosmic believers of our universe. Start your grinning and drop your linens. We are taking a ride with Astro and Jedi, his partner in crime. My physical journey with Astro started in November 2025 when he turned my fig tree into a lovely heart-shaped design, and it has escalated ever since, and now we're starting verbal communication. I would like to personally thank Kim Aston's Disclosure podcast for picking my story up and having the courage to call me back, and for that I am grateful. Over time you will follow our journey with Astro, Julie, his go-between on Earth with me, Dudley, Finley, Bella, and Joey. Our encounters with Astro started off in a very comical way, by him removing my batteries from my Ring cameras and returning them with goo with these lovely items he left me from the universe. On a daily basis he did this, until I got so bored I screamed out into the sky, Astro, I'm bored! And for that I am grateful, because Astro is definitely not boring. My next door neighbor said, give him an offer him a gift. So I decided to put out 2 shots of rum so we could do a shot together. That didn't happen. He's scared, he said. But he said, thanks, me was thirsty, and I knew I was onto something, and my life changed forever. Follow us on this cosmic journey with Kim Aston's Disclosure podcast. And you'll have the incredible journey with Astro and my family on a daily basis that is documented with notes, videos, and other eyewitnesses of the skills of Astro and Jedi and Astrid, his dog from Mars.
Which we
Oh,
will,
my.
yeah, we'll enlighten you on the dog later as well. But it's important to note here that the thing is that you have had a little bit of paranormal activity before, or at least before you knew about Astro. It might have been Astro all along, but you've seen a portal open, you've had other activity, and we've noticed that Astro, he is actually has expressed having he's fearsome of some negative entities that might be roaming around. We don't know if they're coming through a portal, but didn't he say that he didn't like, he said there was something that bothered him in the paranormal activity at your home?
I purchased this house back in 2007, and there was a fire in it, and somebody died in it. And we're in Seminole Heights, Florida, and we're on a burial ground. They said Seminole burial ground, and I've had activity back in 2023 where something came out of the bidet in the bathroom. So I started setting up the Ring cameras, and I actually caught the thing coming out of the floor in the bathroom, and that escalated into portals, vortexes, orbs up the gazoo, the things talking to me, calling me by name to listen. And Astro said that wasn't him. There's evil in the house. There's demons. I says, Astro, did they come in from a portal? Could they come in and follow you? He said, they didn't come in with me. He's afraid of them too. I had no idea. He's afraid of demons.
Didn't he say me scared or me afraid or something like that?
Yeah, he said that of me, but he's scared of demons themselves. As an entity, demons exist too.
Interesting. So I just thought it was interesting to point out that this being has feelings, even though we think that it is a biological AI from Mars living inside of Mars. So we don't know what it could be. I mean, it could be anything, but so far the information that we've gathered, one of the things is that this being has feelings. And to me, that is it's the most human-like thing.
He's too sensitive.
Yeah. And he likes things. He likes you, Eugene. He chose you.
I know. He's teaching me patience, Kim.
Well, there is one of your friends that he doesn't like.
Oh my God, don't even say that. He's probably watching.
We don't want to say the name, but he doesn't believe in Astro. So whenever he comes, anyway, yeah, I probably don't want to say too much, but I kind of feel honored because, I've kind of scooted in under the radar. He seems to accept the podcasts. So that makes me feel good. And, so without further ado, well, one last thing. Is there anybody that would like to start the questioning for Astro? And we could have a question posed in the chat, and we could have Eugene write it out tonight and see if there's a response. There might not be a response, no guarantees, but let's get the party started. That's what I'm thinking. Anybody have any questions for Astro today? So that's something to think about. We'll talk about it more after we look at this second clip of Eugene having a conversation with Astro. Astro using the ring to communicate. And it is a little bit, the conversation is a little bit more advanced.
What, Astro? What are you doing now? What? You got to say something. I can't wait to meet you in person. I'm going to be the first human.
Yeah.
Am I? You said you never met a human in person.
You.
Really? I'm going to be the first. We got to put down the day.
You.
Yeah, it's going to be special. The day me and you meet is a special day.
Yeah.
Really? What do you tell your Jedi about me? Does Jedi know me?
Yeah.
He does? Does he
Yeah.
like me like you like me? Does he like the dogs too and the bird?
Yeah.
Really? He does. Does Jedi look like you?
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet Jedi too. Is he gonna come? Is Jedi gonna meet me too? Really? When is that gonna happen? Soon? Before I die? I want to meet you guys before I die. When? Can you put down the day? Can you write down the day? You write down the day I'm going to meet you too.
Well, there you have it. You guys can make your own decisions based on everything that you've heard today. And the pictures you've seen of the art and the stories you've heard, and then finally Astro's actual voice. What do you think's going on? So we're going to keep exploring this. We're going to do this as long as we feel like doing it, as long as Astro's willing and Eugene and Julie are willing. So with that, I mean, you guys hang with us, stick with us. We're going to keep following this. Eugene, did you have some final words that you wanted to add before we close the podcast?
Now you know why he told me to listen. I was talking when he was speaking.
Right.
And now I understand why he said it.
Yeah.
Can I do a toast to Astro for allowing me to do this?
Absolutely.
I got my shot of rum, Astro. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for letting me do this. It's the Ruba rum, not the cheap stuff.
That's awesome. So, folks, just to let you know, we're going to have we'll probably have 3 people on at a time next week. The third guest is probably going to be Steve Bellavigna, the private investigator, and he's going to share with us his experiences with Eugene. And then maybe we'll have Ed Campbell on, if he's willing, to tell his story, which is incredible. And I'm sure, well, you did say, Eugene, that you even have more video of conversations with Astro, going back even further to the beginning. So we'll listen to more of those, and I'm sure there'll be more that will be current time. So we're going to stay up to date on all of this and get to the bottom of it and enjoy while we're doing it, and support Eugene and Julie on their Astro journey. All right, guys. That's a good note to end on. Bye, Eugene. You guys.
Good night, Kim.
Have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Take care.